All right, this is the Wolf of Crypto, giving you guys a little bit of food for your thought. Kind of showing you guys what I've been doing lately. Uh, Things have been crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm getting to the point with some institutions, financial institutions, banks, credit card companies, etc., where you don't even want to do business with them anymore. And you just want to deal strictly with crypto. And I know a lot of people who share the same frustration. Um, for example, I closed a credit card that I had in June. I paid it off and it got closed, right? And they called me and they said, "Hey, when do you want to pay this balance?" And I said, I don't even do work with you guys anymore. And they were like, "Well, you have a late fee, and from the compounding interest, it's now put you into debt and $330 on the card or whatever." And I was just like, well, that's ridiculous. But you kind of grin and bear it. Well, this last month, I went to some places that I thought I'd have money, and there was the same kind of thing going on. Two of my credit card companies had fraudulent charges on them. And like, I don't even have enough time to do YouTube videos, let alone call someone for 2 hours and talk about, little teeny charges and be honest as possible about it. So, um, also though, my PayPal account, I hadn't done, I haven't sold on eBay for a while. Uh, it's actually been almost a year. And I had $600 in there. And they have taken it and when I called them, they said it was because somebody did a chargeback from December 16th of 2016. And I was like, wait, you guys are supposed to back the buyer and the seller, and they didn't back it. And so you get into this, when you're dealing with crypto and things like that, you get into this train of thought. And you don't even want to start doing business with them anymore because you think about all the bad times that you've taken so many hits, and grinned and bear it. And you're just like, man, this isn't working out. Um, you know, but at the same time, you got your own bank that you've been doing business with for 2 years, that was connected to Coinbase. In this case, of course, it's Chase. And now, over the last 2 years, you've been able to cash out your Bitcoin, put it back into your account, and so on and so forth. But now they don't get along, and so you don't have any liquid assets. You got Bitcoin, but you don't have fiat money to pay for anything else. And in the States, I'm in Utah, and so in here, it's very frustrating because you have money online, digital assets, and currencies online, but you can't even pay for anything. So right now, how I kind of see a lot of things is, the first one in America to provide either a credit card, a debit card, um, some type of wallet like Electronium that's coming out that you can pay for things with in the States, not just California or New York or Florida or something like that, then they're going to win for sure. And then it's going to deplete all these fraudulent other companies. And that's the number one thing that everybody's scared of, this blockchain technology. They're either scared or they're for it. The reason that they're scared is because they can't manipulate it and they can't be fraudulent anymore. And so when you can't manipulate anything that you've been manipulating for so long, in this case the Federal Reserve and everything like that, then yeah, I'd be mad too. If your family's been eating off of something for 20, 200 years, 100 years or whatever, and all of a sudden somebody says, this is going to end because of, it doesn't matter what the competition is, you're going to be mad. You're going to be hella mad. So I understand where, the CEO is coming from, but at the same time, the people that aren't in crypto, that's got to make them wonder what's going on with Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Why are these people even speaking about it if they're calling it a scam? And, it shouldn't even be on their radar. And so people start looking at it. And the more that you look into it, the more that you find out, this isn't a scam. This is actually really legit. I kind of like this. And so that's kind of how I got where I am today, which is not a good thing. like I said, I can't use a lot of the money I have online to pay for stuff because you just can't do it. There's a lot of companies in California that will take Bitcoin for anything. I know Amazon does it, and stuff like that, but I can't debank right now with the situation that I am. I can't completely debank. I don't have a credit card or anything like that to pay for stuff. So, with that being set aside, I wanted to give that because East Coast Crypto, I've been with their community and they're really good people. That's all I can say. Any community, you're gonna have some people that are stupid, but on them, I haven't seen stupid people at all. What I'm going to show you over this next few days, and the reason I brought up East Coast Crypto is because we chat a lot in the Discord, and I was talking with Pierre Kane, and he released a video telling about his story, and mine's very similar to his. So I was like, man, I need to do another video to show you guys where I came from and where we're going. So in 2018, I really believe that it's going to be the year of the Bitcoin. And up here you can see our graph. I'm looking at Regal Coin. A lot of people invested into this and they made really good money. They're kind of looking at it as the next BitConnect. Now I'm on, so people always wonder why I'm on Coin Exchange a lot of the time. And I tell them, I'm like, well, I've been on Bittrex and all I've done is lost money. Like, I've made money a few days on there, but every time I come here, I'll make consistent money. The fees are way less. It's like 15% to get it. So 0.15 to do a trade, every trade. You're not paying, a ton of money to do a trade. So you're going to be able to make a lot more money, if that makes sense. Now, I never go all in on a crypto. Sometimes you have a feeling, and I've done it, once, and that's what led me actually to coin exchanges with BQX. And we can actually look at them. They're really legit. But sometimes people on here, this is day trading. So people just want to trade for the day and then they're done, Sometimes people trade for the week. Whatever. But this got me here, and I bought it at like 40 cents. I had one plan, and it was basically to, every time my coins double, I would split it and then buy something else. And when that doubled, I'd split it. But it just got out of hand. I had so many bags that I wasn't keeping control of them all. So now I only have money in a few. Well, it's more than a few. But they're all really good. I'm just, I put the sell orders for usually 100% profit. And sometimes you come back, everything's filled. Sometimes you don't. When you do it on Bittrex, you never get anything filled. That place is just, there's a lot of pump and dumps on here. But Bittrex is a pump and dump clown town. Everything's getting pumped and dumped. Here it's, really, it teaches you a lot more, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do, though, is show you guys how to invest in a very, something that will make you a very good profit. I'm just waiting for some more funds. FLIK, I really was conflicted to see if I wanted to do this or not. And over the last week, I just seen it grow, and then I started really thinking about it and about the people that I was drawing and tracking. I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do this. And so right now, I'm not even in the troll box or anything like that. Sometimes I get down there and try to help out people and stuff, but I don't really get involved with like the big pump and dumps. There was one yesterday that it grew like 10,000% in 24 hours, and one last night. We can look at it. Look, that grew. I was getting offline, and they pumped it like 400%. It came on. You'll see this big red candle right here was released last night, right? And you can see it started at 1,500 sats, and it went all the way up to 2,500. So, or 25,000. So that's a huge amount of money, right? And that's why they do new coins, and you just get used to it. You got to keep, if you want to go ahead and participate in that, that's fine. But there's other things that will make you more money. Now, another one that got pumped that I could not believe. This thing went up just It was huge, and I still don't understand it all the way. There's been a lot of weird postings. They're saying that it represents this company that's kind of like, what do you call it? Uh, Red Pulse. It predicts like a lot of futures, but it has no link to that, and I haven't seen anything that has a link to that. This is TPI coin, and it stands for the International Pay Coin, and TPI is just a company that predicts futures. So I think that they were just spreading a lot of stuff around just to get. I mean, the you should see how big it grew. It was insane. Oh man. Anyway, I can't find the link now, and I'm not gonna go back and waste my time looking for it. But they basically had it to, it was representing something else, and so people got confused, and then they sit there and they'll buy at the top. If we go back to the chart, it got ridiculous. Like, it came in first of all, it was, the low is 1,000 sats, or I just use numbers. It came in at 1, it got pumped to 65, or just 6, yeah, 6.5. It got pumped to 6. That's insane. And then 71, and then all the way up to 18. That's nuts. From 1 to 18, that's a huge amount of volume that came in here and got pumped and dumped. And there's people up here that, I mean, look at these people. Why are you buying that thing? Like, they'll revive it. Some people are smart, dude. Like, but I would never buy that. That's ridiculous. Those people are, this thing is going to go stale, and it's never going to be heard from. People won't even be talking about it. Now, what we're here for is to check on these two ones that we've been working on, which is FLIK. And FLIK is like a entertainment thing that they're doing. Oh, nice. The price is coming down. It's backed by TI, and what's this? And it's got some other people on there that have done a lot of stuff. Here, let's just go to their website. So they're talking about doing, really like, people compare it to Netflix. I think it's a lot different, but you can read down it. And if you guys just want to go to it, it's theflik.io. And I wanted to show you just who's involved real quick. And that's the only reason I'm investing in coin, because when they're on Twitter talking about it, that's all you have to do. You don't even have to believe in the company, right? To support it. Now, they're also doing these guys are actually pretty credible, though. I know that TI, he doesn't get involved in anything. He wouldn't put his time in anything that was just going to rip off people straight from the get-go. This guy, co-founder of BitPay, been around forever. He, and he's been on a lot of stuff, CNN, PayPal, see here. BitPay and PayPal, with some including CNN, suggesting that one day processors like BitPay could eventually replace conventional. So these guys are all smart and stuff, and so they're just trying to give like a token for like so you can use it and spend it and stuff like that. It's kind of like everybody has the same ICO kind of thing, but at the end, it's really what it matters about is Bitcoin. Now, what I've been noticing a lot of people are starting to take their Bitcoin offline. How you can tell is because, with Bitcoin Cash, they did a fork and they gave out the same amount to the Bitcoin. Obviously, you can see there's less Bitcoin on there. A lot of people didn't even put their money online for the fork. All a fork does is basically backs up your idea that it's good, So I don't know why we even did Bitcoin Cash. It's way too big of blocks. They're not even getting filled. If the blocks aren't getting filled, they're not going to move. And so that's, like Litecoin's better than Bitcoin Cash. I don't even think we'll be talking about it in a year, And that's what happens to a lot of these companies. You don't even see them. I mean, the top 20 has changed so much in the last year. I don't even know what's what anymore. So you just stay focused. Sprouts is really good. I can tell you that. No limit coin I've bought and sold a few times. It's really good. Zero coin is very good. Zero coin's white labeled on a lot of different things. What people don't tell you though is, companies like Bitquicks, Loopring. I mean, all these you got to really do your homework on. A lot of people don't know that Factom's actually backed by the U.S. government. A lot of people don't know, but they should, that Ripple's backed by Google. Man, Ripple for 25 cents, that's on sale for the next 100 years. Like, literally. It's so cheap right now that it's kind of hard not to just go all in on Ripple. But until they make it liquid, I'm not going to go all in on it. I can catch it another time. There's always a good time to get into the market. You don't have to, getting into Bitcoin, just go ahead and get into it. I don't know what other explanation to give people. They ask me all the time now. 2 years I was talking about it. They don't want to listen to me. Now they want to ask about it. I don't have the time to tell them. So now that this is coming down, this is the first time I've seen it red for a while. This is when you want to buy. It's coming back down. Man, you almost want to wait longer. But at the same time, I know where this is going. People think it's going to be worth $1. Right now, it's at 25 cents. It was at 2 cents, a week ago. So this is really good. Now I'm just waiting for my Bitcoin to go through. But basically, what I'm going to do, it doesn't matter if I buy it in a dip. I'm not going to be stingy about it because I know where it's going. So we might just see it go down. But for the next week, for the next 7 days, let's say 5 days, it will be pumped. And then I'm going to let it go. Because one thing that I've learned in this industry is that token burns are good, but how Bitcoin, the community reacts to them is the opposite of what they're supposed to do. So after a token burn, usually the stock goes down. The ICO goes down. They'll pump it the whole way up. And then any type of news, like, for example, Ripple, ever since the Swell conference, it's been trading hella good. It went up to like 30 cents or whatever. And for that's a big move with Ripple. Going up to 30 cents. It's hard. A lot of people are investing in it. A lot of people don't trade it or anything. They just, because it's the coin of the future. So with that being said, they'll pump it up, and then the week they'll just like let it go and they'll dump it, or the day of the Swell conference or the token burn when it's supposed to, be really worth something. People usually just dump it, and so we're gonna see if that happens with this. I might be totally wrong. Don't ever take my advice, that's for sure. But we'll just do a conclusion to this video. We're going to buy it right here at 42. I've already bought some. You can see, I bought at 36, it looks like. And I sold at 5. It already went up to 5, so it's easy to buy at 42. If it's already went up to 5,000 sats, it's going to go back up there. Yeah, it's not even a hard question, Like, it just depends on when and where, why and all that stuff. People will just sell randomly. I don't know why. They need money for other things. But as long as this thing's moving, then it's good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. We'll just mark it down for 45. We'll round up. I might be able to get it in for cheaper for 42. But I really think that this will 10x. With that being said, we got everything else rolling on this side of the trading things. Regal, I don't even know what to say. People got smart with this. They learned how to really box in everything. They'll just buy right here, and then they're just putting up, losses. You can see the walls are bigger on this side than on here. This is their stop loss, right? And they're pulling them off the exchange into their Regal coin accounts. They're doing all sorts of stuff, but they were really smart with how they did this because the all-time high is, 800,000 sats. And so if I was to buy this, I would buy it and then sell it for 8,000 sats. I wouldn't buy it and sell it for anything cheaper. But that's just my view on things. I mean, that's what I've seen with everything. So it just depends. You don't know when it's going to get there next, so you don't want to put all your money. And what I've learned from like currency exchange, you want to have as much equity in Bitcoin or whatever currency you're dealing with as you're going to put out. So you never really want to go all in on something. You can go half, but don't ever put everything all in because you'll lose it all. With that being said, we'll see how this FLIK thing goes. I'm really excited about it. I'm good. I'm glad that it's going to happen within the next 5 days. December or October 11th is the token burn, and so that's when you're going to want to sell it. Or sorry, October 22nd is the token burn, and so on the 22nd is when you're going to want to sell it. And so we'll see how it goes. But next time I hit you guys up, we'll talk about it. And if you want to get in more in depth, you can. If you want to see some of my other videos, you can. But we're talking about ICOs. We're talking about 10x in the money. We're talking about moving forward and things like that. And we're talking about Bitcoin in general. So I'll catch you guys next time. We'll check, FLIK. We'll check the prices on these coins that we hold to see if we can catch more Bitcoin. Because at the end of the day, that is the name of the game, is just going ahead and keeping and trying to catch Bitcoin. See, people already think that this is worth, 24 cents. At the Bitcoin price, we're actually only buying it for 12 cents. If that makes sense to anybody but me, I know what that means. So I'll go ahead and let you guys go. And that's a little thing for FLIK. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be good, but I'm just telling you also how to trade on the short. All right, see you guys later. And